Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Cat What You Doing. Today I am walking. Today I decided to walk in my neighborhood and it's hot. It's very, very hot. Out here, I think it's like in the 90s. But I am babysitting my grandbaby. So this is like the only time I have to walk. This is the only time I have to walk because my daughter has the grandbaby for a little while. So I was like, well, let me get this in right quick. And it is scorching. It's scorching. Y'all see? It's scorching. But that means I'm going to sweat more. I did drink a bottle of water before I left. I've drank water all day. It's probably like almost 3. But I had a bottle of water before I came out. So I'm hydrated. So I won't pass out. And I am 2 seconds from my house. So if I get overheated, I can just go on inside. But I wanted to come and show y'all what I'll be doing today. And I wanted to show you guys how I prepare my spaghetti squash that y'all seen in the video yesterday. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the marinara. I was thinking more of an Alfredo sauce today. So I'm gonna do chicken Alfredo, but I'm gonna use the spaghetti squash. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so this is me boiling some chicken. I think those were chicken tenders. I got them from Sam's. But yes, I know I said I was gonna do the spaghetti squash, and I am. This is regular, the thin spaghetti noodles. That's for my daughter because she says she does not like the spaghetti squash. So yeah, now here is the spaghetti squash. And what I did was I just pretty much like boiled it in some chicken broth that I boiled the chicken in. Just pretty much heating it up. Because I already made the spaghetti squash the other day. So this is like the leftovers. Now, for some reason, after a couple of days, my spaghetti squash kind of loses its color. I don't know why. But this is me cutting up some green onion and garlic. This is going to be what I'm going to actually start my Alfredo sauce with. So I'm just going to cut up some garlic and some green onion. My garlic seen better days, but it was the prepackaged garlic, already peeled. It's just easier to use, but they tend to look kind of funky sometimes. I just love the way garlic smells, and it has a lot of health benefits. So that's why I used a lot of garlic. You guys don't have to use a lot of garlic, or you can use your own seasoning. It doesn't matter. This is just what I used and what I really had on hand today. Okay, so after I get through cutting up my green onion and my garlic, I decided to put a little olive oil in my pan. And I'm going to saute it in olive oil. Okay, so now I had to start cutting up my chicken. And usually when I boil my chicken, I use the chicken broth for numerous of other things. Like in this case, I use the chicken broth to cook my spaghetti squash in. And I normally use it to cook like my rice or my pastas and stuff. But when I didn't plan on making spaghetti noodles until my daughter said she didn't want the spaghetti squash. Okay, so you see how pretty it looks? I wish we had smell-o-vision because you guys should smell this. It smells so good. If anyone has ever sauteed onion and garlic together, you know what I'm talking about.
Tired, sluggish, or you experience brain fog.
Okay, so this is when this just has to come to like a boil. The mixture that I put in there, instead of using heavy whipping cream, I pretty much make my own heavy whipping cream. Like I don't go out and buy heavy whipping cream when I can make it. And the way I just assume that it's made, because this is like my own little recipe that I use, I pretty much use milk, some flour, and of course chicken broth to give it a little flavor. And I blend it up in a blender together. And now that chicken broth had some garlic in it. Ooh, the flavor, the smells, the aroma that's going on in the house right now. So I pretty much seasoned that up. And I added some seasoned salt, some cayenne, and some curry. I know that's a weird combination, but that was just what I decided to put in there. Like that was my little concoction. I never know exactly how things are going to turn out until the end, pretty much, because I change up my recipes and stuff like that sometimes in the seasons that I use. Now, you seen how thick that sauce got? And I didn't even add the cheese yet. I'm about to add the cheese. This is me adding the chicken so the chicken can get all flavorful. Give that a nice little mix. You see how thick it is? I don't need to buy heavy whipping cream to make my sauce thick, creamy and thick. I could just make a creamy, thick sauce. And this is me. I'm about to start adding my cheese, I believe. Now, I did add 2 different types of cheeses. And the first cheese I added was this Kobe Jack. And then the second cheese I added was the Cheddar Jack. Wow. Okay. And then I'm going to give that a little stir. You see, it's already thick. And then just adding the cheese gives it that extra cheesy. Look at there. Look at it. Ooh, that's why I do love the Cheddar Jack. It's just something about how it makes it just extra cheesy. I just love it. And pretty much that's me making my chicken Alfredo sauce. It was so good. Now, I did add broccoli to this later on. I just decided to add broccoli at the end. But this is me getting me a nice little serving. Get a little bit of the spaghetti squash. Like I said, my spaghetti squash loses color after a few days. I don't know why, but it does. It still was really good though. And that sauce, thick, creamy, cheesy, and very, very flavorful. Now, if you guys decide to try this, let me know. Have a good day. Bye.